I went from making $25,000 per year to basically making $25,000 per month. In this video, I'll explain exactly how I got there, and I'm going to start back at around 3 years ago, I would say. I was still in school, studying for my master's degree back in Stockholm, Sweden. And at the time, I had to attend classes and I had to attend seminars, probably on average around 4 hours per day. And I was working a part-time internship as an entry-level strategist position at a furniture e-commerce brand in Stockholm, and that was for 20 hours per week, part of the program. And also at about that time, I got my first e-commerce client through my agency back then, which I didn't even know, I didn't even call it an agency back then, because I just figured out I will try some paid ads. I'd done that before and I was really good at it, and I figured, hey, maybe I can do this for some other businesses and get some clients. So I got my first e-commerce client. I handled their Facebook and Google advertising for them. And going back to the reason why I was still in school was because I was basically still unsure of the path I wanted to take, whether I wanted to still go down the track of becoming a management consultant or not. And I had previously explored the investment banking track and worked as a financial analyst, but realized that that wasn't really for me, because what I saw was that most people in this industry, they earned a lot of money, but they worked basically 50, 60-hour work weeks, sometimes even more. And that to me seemed just like kind of crazy, and something that I realized, that's not what I want. It doesn't really seem like a great life to me at all. So even though I kind of knew in my heart that management consulting wouldn't be for me either, that would mean the same thing, like long hours every day, probably 10 hours per day, 6 days a week. Just seems like there's just no freedom at the end of the tunnel. Like, you're gonna have to keep on trading time for money for, a lifetime, basically. And as soon as you stop working, you're gonna stop earning money, unless you probably climb the ladder so high for the next 5-10 years until you reach one of those like senior positions where you have some shares in the company or whatever. You're still gonna work a shit ton, I think, and you're gonna be stuck at a certain location, city, and not be able to travel that much. Not a lot of freedom in general. Neither location freedom or time freedom. A lot of financial freedom, probably. But I just couldn't let go of that track, because I had spent so much time already, like literally 17 years of education, and everything from high school to university and now master's degree, right? So here I was. And everyone, including my family and my friends, was telling me that I would be an absolute idiot if I threw it all away when I come this far and being this close to graduating my master's degree. From a top school in Scandinavia, master's school, I think they probably were ranked definitely top 30, if not around ranked 17, I think, in Europe as a master's school in business management. So anyways, at this point I was earning about $1,000 from my internship for a 20-hour work week, and then about $2,000 from my e-commerce clients on a monthly basis. So not a lot of money, but I saw the potential in this agency path, and I had gained a lot of knowledge from all my previous years of trying out and making it work with dropshipping, with social media marketing in general, and also doing Facebook advertising and digital marketing for e-commerce startups selling vegan t-shirts with my boy Melker. And bit of cringe, but definitely good times. And I totally saw how I could do this for a bunch of other companies, as I said, and handling their paid advertising, handling their Facebook advertising and their Google ads, because I thought it was working and I was good at it. So I totally saw how I could do this for a bunch of other companies, as I said. And as I got the first e-commerce client and saw that, sales are increasing, things are happening, things are working, and I'm good at this. Let me just do it for 5, 6, maybe 10 clients, and I'm set. So all I needed was more clients at this point. And I tried to reach out to companies through cold email, but things just went really slow, because I had a really limited mindset, limiting belief system at the time. It was probably too much for my ego to handle of rejection. So I just probably averaged 1 to 2 emails per day. And now when I look back at it, I'm like, man, 1 to 2 emails per day. It should be 50 emails per day, and systematize it and so forth. But anyways, everyone learns in their own pace, and I was definitely a slow learner. So I knew my weakness was acquiring new clients, and I dreaded it. I dreaded reaching out. I was probably not good at the copywriting. I did way too low volume, all of this, so you know, I barely got any clients. I got like one new client every 3 months or something like that, and kind of crazy. So my tactic was I tried to team up with other people who I saw were really good at the sales area, and I figured, okay, I'm really good at the analytical area and performance when it comes to paid ads. Like, I'm really good at what I'm doing there, so I just need someone who can get us clients, and I can take care of the service delivery. So I teamed up with some partners and another agency owner, and I was partnering with him for basically a year. Learned a few things, but things still moved quite relatively slow. And fast pacing forward, I did another partnership with another dude, and I would say in hindsight, 2 quite toxic business partnerships and relationships, and I was just stuck for basically 2 years around that famous 4 to 5K a month income level. And eventually, without going into too many details, a bit of toxic relationship, business partnership there, I figured I had to get out of this and, you know, basically starts from scratch. Because things weren't going well and because the partnership was not ideal. And this was a blessing in disguise, because it was not until I decided to drop out of my master's degree and then also go all in on my agency, completely 100% on my own and without any business partner involved by the end of 2022. And that's where everything shifted for me. I traveled to Bali in January 2023, and from there I scaled my agency from basically zero to $14,000 per month in less than 4 months. And then from there to where I am today at almost $25,000 per month with my agency and my coaching business combined in, now it's September basically, so 9 months. So that's a little bit of my journey, and that's kind of my story of how I went from $25,000 per year to basically $25,000 per month. And something that I'm probably most proud of today is not the numbers that I'm making with my online businesses, but more than anything, I would say my agency making those kind of numbers, but also that I'm literally only spending between 5 to maximum 10 hours per week on that agency. And the rest is automated with systems, softwares, and my team members handling a lot of things that I can count on. So shout out to my team. Love you guys. And on to exciting things going forward.